Hello, guys. Here we are. Hello, everyone. Hello, Liam.
Hello, you alright?
Hello, hello, hello. What's up, table tennis boys and girls? Bonsoir à tous, bonsoir les amis. Bonsoir Tip, bonsoir B2O. Bonsoir Willix. Bonsoir Basile, bienvenue sur la chaîne. Salut Vincent, merci du petit tricks, j'ai vu. Salut Bat, bienvenue à toi. Salut Adiz, welcome everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. J'espère que tout le monde va bien. Prenez place, prenez place. Salut Riz, comment ça va? What's up guys? On this evening, on this Sunday evening. Boys, Liam is here. Liam Pitchford is here. Can we put some rackets, some table tennis rackets on the chat? Guys, we can do it, I think. Merci Lunux pour le follow. Thanks for following, dude. Appreciate it. Les amis. Okay, so let me speak in French, Liam, just for 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Les amis, souvenez-vous que vous avez les sous-titres. Alors, c'est pas les sous-titres de la traduction anglais au français, c'est des sous-titres juste en anglais. Mais les mots anglais apparaissent du coup, donc ça peut quand même aider à comprendre. Pour activer les sous-titres, vous allez sur la fenêtre du live, là où on apparaît. Vous allez en bas, vous avez un petit icône CC, un petit rectangle CC. Vous cliquez sur le rectangle CC et là les sous-titres apparaissent. Les sous-titres n'apparaîtront que lorsqu'on parlera anglais. Ok, c'est quand je parle français, il n'y aura pas de sous-titres. Donc activez-les, c'est quand même plus simple pour comprendre 2-3 choses. Ça a très bien marché la semaine dernière avec Underslint, donc ça peut aider quand même. Alright Liam, thank you man again for being there, I really appreciate it. And
No problem at all.
that's really cool for you. Because I know you have some issue right now with the shoulder, so we'll talk about it. So my first question, Liam, how are you feeling right now? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Obviously, being injured is never easy. Missed obviously quite a few important tournaments at the moment, but you know I had to make a decision, and you know I spoke with my team, and we decided it was best for me to make a full big block of rehab, get myself back in good shape, and then you know hopefully qualify for Paris by the ranking, and then go for it from there.
Okay. So I will do some translation, right? Don't
Yeah.
let me speak French.
I'll improve my French for next time.
Yeah, maybe you can. Bon, il est un peu blessé hein, à l'épaule en ce moment, donc il essaye de se soigner tranquillement et il espère qu'il sera qualifié pour Paris avec le classement. Bonsoir Linux, bonsoir Pondluche. Hello everyone. Okay. You know, Liam, every time I have pro athletes on the channel, I wonder every time how do you start table tennis and when?
It was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
I was like around 8 or 9 years old, and I used to play tennis at the time, county level in England.
Okay.
So I was, you know, quite good. And then, yeah, it was just I used to play football as well, like you know most kids. And yeah, it was just one lunchtime in school. Normally we'd go out play football at break time, lunchtime, and it was raining. And they had a table tennis club inside, so I just went along with my friends. I was always playing. I liked to play every sport when I was young, and just went along and just loved it. Like I loved the unpredictability of it, the spin, the speed, and then yeah, I decided I had to make a decision between tennis and table tennis, and I chose table tennis. Maybe it was the wrong decision. But
why did you choose table tennis instead of tennis?
I just preferred the environment. Really, tennis was very sort of individual. It wasn't really a family sort of environment. Like table tennis, I had like 5, 10 friends that were there, and we used to have a
Okay.
laugh and talk. And tennis wasn't really like that, and I just decided to go down table tennis route.
Okay. So, when did you start table tennis? Say me again, your age?
I was about 9.
Ok. Donc il a commencé le ping à 9 ans. Voilà, il faisait du tennis et du foot comme tous les jeunes. Et puis un jour, quand il est parti faire du tennis, il y avait une table de ping, il y avait un club de ping à côté. Et donc il a essayé et puis il a adhéré après parce qu'il jouait beaucoup avec ses amis. Donc il a choisi le ping à la place du tennis. Donc c'était vers ses 9 ans. Comme moi, les gars. Oui, I just say we start table tennis at the same age. I didn't have the
Yeah,
same car yet, unfortunately, but
still time, still time.
yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, so I know you're playing in France, but what do you train and where do you live at, at the moment?
So yeah, I mean, training wise, we have a centre, or we actually just got a new centre in Sheffield.
Okay,
I live in Nottingham at the moment. We had a centre here before, but normally I'm traveling, for tournaments or training, because it's not the highest level of practice in England. So normally I go to, the national centre in Porto or sometimes in Germany, and there's a lot of traveling. But when I'm in England, I live in Nottingham now,
okay,
but I'm actually from close to Sheffield.
okay. So I don't know really well England, so Nottingham
Yeah,
is close to Sheffield. You can.
it's Sheffield's like north-ish of England.
Okay. What about
Um,
Nottingham? I'll just check.
it's like middle. Yeah,
Okay. So how
it's
how
like
far away are you from the training center?
uh, the new one or the one in Nottingham.
The new one.
It's about an hour, so I'll
Oh.
probably
Okay.
yeah. Maybe I'll move
Okay.
up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you have a coach there?
yeah. We have a national coach there, and everybody's there. So
Okay. What's his name?
John Murphy.
So he's an English guy.
He's Irish.
Ok, alright. Donc il habite à Nottingham, en Angleterre, et il va s'entraîner à Sheffield. Il y a un nouveau centre d'entraînement là-bas avec un entraîneur irlandais. J'avoue que j'ai pas trop compris le nom. Mais bon, il va s'entraîner de temps en temps à Porto et en Allemagne, hein, parce que pour qu'il ait un peu plus de relance, tout simplement. Euh, voilà. Okay, thank you, Liam. So I know the world ranking is changing every week. I think you're around the 45 place, something like this.
Hmm.
What is your goal in table tennis? What do you want to achieve?
Yeah. I mean, now I'm obviously past 30 now, so it's when I was younger, obviously dreamt of winning Olympic medals and stuff like that, and obviously I achieved world championship medals and European top 16 medals. So I'd still like to win events and things like that, but it's sort of it's a lot different nowadays, I think, especially with the way the events are. And but yeah, I still have the hunger to try and win, but you have ups and downs, and yeah, I'm just trying to keep practicing hard and trying to compete in my best I can.
Okay. Do you have a specific goal for the Olympics if you qualified?
I mean, not right now. I mean, right now I'm just focused on getting to 100% fitness again, which I'm working hard on. But yeah, if I go there and I'm in good shape and mentally and physically, I know I can cause upsets and I can play well. And if I get a good draw, just see how it goes. But just take one match at a time. I don't want to set myself a goal that's unrealistic, really.
Ok. Il n'a pas d'objectif spécifique pour les Jeux. Là, il veut vraiment se remettre en condition, en bonne shape par rapport à son épaule et à sa condition physique. Et il verra en fonction du draw, du seeding. On va faire le meilleur résultat possible, quoi. One question, no, Liam. People really like this. What is your? I know you're a Victas player. So
Yeah.
What is your equipment?
I use the Victus V22 rubbers,
Okay.
and yeah, my own blade.
What's the name? Pitchford blade.
Liam Pitchford, yeah.
Okay.
Put that plug in there if anyone wants to try it.
Can we buy this blade on Victas or is it personal?
No, you can buy it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's out there.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, so you know I'm table tennis coach since 10 years now, and I'm really questioning myself every year. What can I improve? What can I do better? So I'm asking you this question right now. What is for you a good coach?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I think it varies and it depends from person to person, from player to player, what gets the best out of you. I mean, for me personally, I prefer somebody being like straight with me, being more direct, and if I'm doing something wrong, just tell me, and then I do learn quickly. So I prefer someone just to if I'm doing
Okay.
not doing the work that I need to do or not doing something right, I'd prefer them to just tell me straight up, and then we can have a conversation about it, and then I can try and improve. Some people, I think I've had coaches in the past where they just sit back and just let me go on with it, and maybe I'm not going the right way, and
Yeah. Okay. I
yeah,
understand. If
yeah.
you have the choice, what do you choose between a coach really good technically but not as direct as you want, between a coach not that good technically but really directive? I don't know if you see what I mean.
Yeah. I think I understand. I think for me now at this point, I'd prefer someone just to be direct. I don't necessarily need that much changing on my, technically. I think
Hmm.
when you're young, it's probably different. But when I was young, I had a lot of good technical coaches that I worked with that were, maybe not so good on the bench, or But right now, I prefer someone that's good on the bench. Just that I trust and he trusts me, and we have that. He's always there to support me.
Okay. Okay, let me do the translation, maybe quite long.
Yes.
Donc je vais poser la question, qu'est-ce qui était pour lui un bon entraîneur? Donc il préfère les entraîneurs qui sont plus directs, qui vont dire les choses quand ça va pas. Et donc je vais poser la question, si tu devais choisir entre un entraîneur très bon techniquement mais qui va pas dire les choses, et un entraîneur moins bon techniquement mais qui va dire les choses, mais il préfère le coach un peu moins bon techniquement qui va dire les choses parce que là voilà il a emmagasiné pas mal un bagage technique assez solide. Et donc il a eu pas mal d'entraîneurs assez pointus techniquement quand il était jeune. Et du coup là il a besoin de quelqu'un qui lui fait confiance, qui lui dise les choses, et notamment au coaching. Um, all right, so you've been playing in handball. You're still playing in handball in the French Pro Air, the French league. So my question is, what is the strongest European league? What are you tough about it?
I think this season the French league was crazily strong. I think all 10 teams could have stayed up, could have won the league. It was very close. Even to the last round of matches, you didn't know who was going down, who was staying up. Obviously, Pontoise had a little bit of a stronger team, obviously with Lim Jong-hoon when he played.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously for Montpellier, the brothers didn't play every match, but I think it was a really tough season. I think, yeah, and obviously Germany's strong. You have maybe Düsseldorf and Saarbrücken maybe a bit better than the rest, but then it's also strong. So I think it's good for table tennis at the moment. The leagues are getting stronger.
Yeah. So, do you think the Bundesliga is better right now?
Um, Obviously, I think probably Düsseldorf and Saarbrücken are probably he would probably beat Pontoise, depending if Lim played. But I think other than that, the rest of the teams in Germany are probably at a similar level to the French teams. Probably a lot of the French teams could beat the rest of the teams in Germany, I would say.
Ok. Donc je lui ai demandé s'il pensait que la Pro A était le championnat le plus fort en Europe. Et donc il dit que c'est vrai que c'était très relevé cette année avec notamment Sergi, avec Lim Jong-un qui est très très solide. Et donc il dit que à part Saarbrücken et Düsseldorf en Allemagne, il pense qu'effectivement les équipes françaises sont plus fortes. So you've been mentioning Lim Jong-un. I know I really like this player. I think he's so underrated. Like, I don't know, many professional players are saying that Lim Jong-un is really strong. He's a solid player. What do you think about this guy?
Yes, I mean he's obviously one of the best players in the world. His results have showed that. For me, he's a difficult player. He's got good serves as a lefty. He's got a very good backhand flick. It's difficult to stop him from flicking. And when he's playing well, yeah, he's very difficult to beat. So sometimes I'm surprised that he doesn't perform as really well as you would expect. But I think that happens a lot with the Korean players. But you know that they'll peak for the big events. That's for sure.
Okay. So you have some injury right now. So will not compete the WTT. Where is it again? Rio? Or, I don't know.
The champions in China.
In China, okay. So my next question is, many professional players are not quite happy about the WTT stuff.
Really?
What do you think about the WTT?
Am I allowed to swear on you? No, I'm joking. I mean, I mean, obviously, a lot of players aren't happy. I think you'll probably hear more about, the players after the Olympics. I think a lot of them are a little bit nervous at the moment that they'll get sanctioned and stuff, which isn't really great. But I mean, I think personally, the whole premise of the WTT, they want to make table tennis bigger and market it better, is obviously a good thing that they want to do that. But I think the way they're going about it at the moment is probably not the best, to be honest. For the players, obviously, it doesn't feel like, bar the top guys that that are up there with them, the players probably don't really get cared about. Which is obviously you don't have a product without the players. So it's a little bit, I don't want to say too much because
I understand. I got you. But because Anderson was saying WTT can improve the seeding, for example. What do you think WTT can improve?
There's a lot of things.
I mean, if you have to choose just one thing. I think if I ask the question to Simon Gauzy, he will say the cash prize.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's obviously for what we do and how much we travel and what we got told before WTD was starting is obviously the prize money's gone down a little bit from ITTF events. Obviously, they've tried to spread it over more players, but which is a good thing in principle if the prize money's there. I think just obviously the seeding is a bit of an issue obviously you've seen like Simon's had it really tough. The last few big events, I think he's been drawn first round against Wang Chuqin, Fan Zhendong.
Yes.
It's if you go through a whole season like that, it's almost it's not really very fun. Like you could be number 9 in the world and you go to a Grand Smash and you play first round against Wang Chuqin, number 1 in the world. It doesn't really make sense. The way I see it is they're only doing that. Obviously, they want bigger matches in the first rounds, but for me, there's nobody in the hall to watch those matches anyway. Like, it's just unfair on the players. And obviously, they moved it to best of 5, which maybe for the viewers it's better, and obviously probably for their betting it's better. I guess.
Yeah. I think you're right. I agree.
Yeah. But for the players, it's tough. Like you go to an event, you play one match, best of 5. Your first round, you play probably somebody top 10, top 20 in the world. You don't start very well, and you're chasing the match, and you lose 3-0 and you go home. It's for me, the system could be a lot better. It could definitely be improved if they listen to the players a little bit. But at the moment, it doesn't really feel like that. So, yeah, I don't really know what the fans think, how it looks on TV. Obviously, they don't see what goes on in the background.
Yeah.
No.
To be honest, I know I've been casting WTT events on the French TV. And every time we see empty hall, except in China. But we've been thinking, and here the fans think it's crazy to have some big tournaments like this, some matches with empty hall. Where are the fans? Where are the supporters?
Yeah.
So that's I mean that's sad. Somehow,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean that for me is one of the things when they started, they say we want to grow table tennis, we want to make it bigger.
Yeah.
We want to make it appeal to more people, but you're putting events in places where people aren't going to come.
Mm-hmm.
Especially to watch table tennis at the moment, it's it's not the biggest sport in the world. So I personally think if you want to grow table tennis, you've got to break obviously the American market. You've got to have events in London or in Paris or in these big cities where obviously France, people love table tennis in France. Every time there's an event in France, there's full hall.
Yeah.
World Championships in Bercy.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I think you got to, if you want to grow table tennis, if that's what you're saying you want, and it's not just for putting money in your pocket. I think that's what you got to try and do. But for me, at the moment, it doesn't feel like they're. I understand it's hard to probably get events in London or wherever, but if you're willing to, maybe you need to pay a little bit first year and then grow it, second year, third year, maybe you get more sponsors. But at the moment, it's almost like, I will just put events on in China, where they know, they'll get their money back, whatever. And
but the Chinese player will be advantage with the time lapse.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter where it is. They're still the best. So,
yeah, but you have to. I don't know. I'm counting on you to beat them, Liam. Come on.
Yeah. 2 years ago, maybe.
Okay, let me do some translation, maybe.
Okay.
Donc je lui ai demandé ce qu'il pensait du circuit de WTT. Donc il dit que les joueurs sont. C'est vrai qu'effectivement il y a certains joueurs pros qui sont un peu énervés en ce moment parce qu'il y a les jeux cet été et que certaines choses ne vont pas. Il dit qu'il pense qu'après les jeux peut-être ça se calmera un peu. Effectivement, il est d'accord pour dire que le prize money, en fait, ils voyagent beaucoup, ils investissent beaucoup, et puis le prize money n'est pas si exceptionnel que ça. Il est aussi d'accord sur. J'ai parlé du seeding parce qu'Anderslint nous avait parlé du seeding. Il est d'accord il y a des choses à revoir et il prend l'exemple de Simon par exemple, qui a eu des très mauvais tirages les derniers tournois. Et donc et après j'ai parlé des salles qui étaient vides. Et effectivement, il est d'accord, il trouve ça triste aussi. Et pour lui, il faudrait peut-être faire beaucoup de tournois en Chine pour l'instant, là où les salles sont remplies, où justement ils vont pas perdre trop d'argent. Et voir après où est-ce que ça peut nous mener, quoi. Alright, okay. Next question, Liam, is one of my favorite. You know, I've been fighting really hard in the French table tennis community, talking about the illegal serves, high hidden serves, and so on. I really think it's really a big issue in our sport, to be honest, right now, because many players are quarreling about this, about it. Sorry, during a match, and you know, every time you have some problems with the referees, all about the serves. So I have ideas to make this more I don't know how to say it in English, but less inconvenient maybe. I don't know if you got me, but okay. The question is, what do you think about illegal serves and precisely what can we improve in the serves?
I personally, obviously, you know, I guess to put it bluntly, you know, if people are hiding their serves or serving illegally, obviously they're cheating to gain an advantage over the opponent, and it's obviously not very good. I think, obviously, I've played French league this year against Noshad,
we know,
in Torigny, and the umpires they're just sat there to turn the scoreboard over. They're not, they're not gonna. I mean, they don't even look at the serve. So
I know.
You know,
we all know this.
I don't really know how you change that. I think internationally, for me, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Because you could go. I think it happened in London 2012 with Ding Ning. The umpire faulted her or something, and she ended up losing. And if you're in an Olympic final, and okay, it's different if you are illegal serving and you don't get pulled up. Obviously, that's another thing. But for me, you need to. I would probably say the umpire, they need to obviously pay the umpires to be professional umpires. Like they have in tennis. The umpires get paid, and obviously they've been on courses. They know all the rules. They're there to referee the game. I think at the moment the umpires in table tennis, obviously they don't get paid, and maybe they get their expenses or whatever, but they're there.
Do you think?
I wouldn't say just for a holiday, but.
Yeah. Okay.
But obviously, like if you're not getting paid, you're not really too bothered if you're calling fault serves or what. And I think there's probably some issues in the rules, the fine lines where how you call a fault serve, where there needs to be more clear rules, and maybe they need to bring back the VAR that they tried. And then, if you feel like it was a fault serve, you challenge it, and if it is, then you get the point. Like tennis, but
yeah, I agree with you. I think you're right about the prices referees are getting. But do you think referees are also afraid to say something to the players?
Maybe. I wouldn't really say that. I don't think they're. I mean, at international level, I don't think they're scared to call a fault serve. I think personally, sometimes they're just not looking. They're not looking for the fault serve. They're not. Sometimes you get fault serve from the umpire that's sat behind you, who can't see where the actual ball is, rather than the one that can actually see it. So it's. Sometimes it confuses me, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I think the position of the referees are not good. They can't see really the. I'm
Yeah.
to be. I
Maybe
think I
maybe you
yeah.
could have another umpire sat behind the
Mm-hmm.
table. Like you have line judges in tennis that can see the lines because the
Yeah.
umpires obviously can't see everything. Maybe they need something like that. But yeah, something obviously needs to happen. I think because if you're in a close match in the Olympics and your opponent throws in two blatantly illegal serves and doesn't get faulted and you lose the match, it's obviously sickening, really.
Yeah. 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 I really think the video is a good thing. Um, I don't know. I also think there are too many rules in the ITTF rules about the serves. There are 14 rules that
Really?
players. Yeah, 14 rules. Players
Never.
need to. You didn't know this?
No.
Yeah. So for example, in tennis, you have I don't know two or three rules maybe about the serves. So I really think we need to cut some rules, the rules service. Um, I don't know. I think I don't know if you agree with me. I really think the most important rule about the serves is the hidden. I mean, you can't hide the contact from the ball and the racket to the opponent.
Yeah.
I think it's the most
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I don't think the
Yeah.
verticalness of the throw affects it that much unless you're literally throwing the ball into your racket, obviously. But yeah, it's definitely the hiding. A lot of players still do it.
Ok, let me do the translation. Donc je lui ai posé la question, les amis, de ce qu'ils pensaient des services cachés, et notamment des services faux et des services cachés. Donc évidemment hein, qu'ils considèrent que c'est de la tricherie et que c'est pas vraiment pas bien de gagner comme ça. Ils pensent que les arbitres sont pas assez payés et que du coup ils sont pas assez professionnels. Donc voilà, ils interviennent pas trop. Ils pensent que c'est une bonne idée le challenge de tennis effectivement, donc d'avoir une espèce de VAR avec de la vidéo pour voir si le service est correct ou pas, et peut-être même l'ajout d'un troisième arbitre pour checker le service comme on a des arbitres de ligne au tennis. Et il est d'accord aussi pour dire que la règle la plus importante c'est vraiment le fait de cacher la balle, de cacher l'impact de balle-raquette à l'adversaire. Alright. My second fight in table tennis world is that lucky point. We have some tacit rule all around the world that when we do a net or corner, during the point, we have to apologize to the opponent. You got me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's I don't know. For example, Alexis when he won against Fan Zhendong, Alexis Lebrun, he couldn't enjoy the moment because he won on the corner. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, and for example, in Asia they do it, especially in China, they don't apologize if they have a lucky point. I always take the example of a football player. Maybe he's scoring a goal from a rebound on. I don't know how I can say in English, to be honest.
Yeah, like a deflection.
Yeah, for example, from a kickoff, you just shoot the ball and the ball is entering inside with a bounce on the. I don't know how we say it. We say it poteau in French, guys. If you have the English word for poteau, boys, it's right now. Okay, never mind. I think you understand me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I really hope people will stop with this thing and we can just celebrate even if we have a lucky point. What do you think about it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why it started. I think maybe net. If you get a net, it's a little bit different. But like with the edges, obviously it's part of the table, and obviously it's gonna happen. I think obviously spending time training in China, like you said,
Yeah.
they don't tend to apologize.
I don't.
Yeah, maybe it's more of a sort of European thing that, you know, we apologize. And I mean, some people don't do it. Some players like to obviously not do it to try and get in the opponent's head and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I mean, it's just part of the game, isn't it? I don't know. It's I don't think you'll stop people not celebrating, or probably not stop people saying sorry if that's part of their, you know, personality, really.
So you know, players don't apologize intentionally. I mean, in the professional world, some players are doing this.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah. Not everybody apologizes. Not everybody says sorry. Maybe you don't see that it was
Okay.
a lucky point, and maybe someone, you know,
Okay.
maybe it's a close game and you're trying to get in somebody's head and
Yeah.
have advantage over them.
Mastermind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you, I don't know, you have a lucky point against someone, you don't apologize, and directly the opponent will say something. Oh, come on, you don't apologize. Where is your fair play? What are you doing? So I really think if we just stop to apologize just celebrate every point, this kind of arguing is gonna disappear. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
That's what I think.
don't know. Yeah.
That's what I think.
You're probably not gonna happen. I think people just need to.
Yeah, I know.
You know, if somebody doesn't apologize, just get on with the game.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
Yeah. Probably stay a dream, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But let me dream. Of course, I'm gonna just learn to my kids to apologize. But I will say maybe you apologize to the opponent, but inside you are happy, something like this.
Yeah. I think that's most players, to be honest.
Yeah, of course. So that's why, you know, you're lying when you're apologizing during a lucky point. You're just lying.
Pretty much.
Let me do the translation. Donc je vais poser la question, vous savez, du fait qu'on s'excuse ou pas quand on a un coup de chance sur un point. Donc voilà, je vais donner mes arguments. Je vais donner mes arguments pourquoi, parce que pour moi on devrait arrêter de s'excuser. En vrai il est plutôt d'accord et il confirme le fait que quand il s'est entraîné en Chine, notamment, en Asie, notamment en Chine, les joueurs ne s'excusent pas. Il y en a certains qui le font sur le circuit pro aussi pour rentrer un peu dans la tête des autres. Donc voilà, mais il pense que c'est qu'un petit rêve que j'ai et que ça arrivera jamais en fait, parce que c'est trop ancré dans les mœurs quoi. Ok. My last question, Liam, is what is your favorite player?
From table tennis?
All time. Yeah, table tennis.
Yeah, so when I was young, I used to I used to love watching Samsonov play.
Okay.
Yeah. So from when I started to play table tennis, obviously, it was around, I think the time was 2003 World Championship. Samsonov Krianga, that match, I think. And I just loved his style, you know, how much control he had over the ball, how much time he seemed to have and how easy he used to make it look. Obviously, then getting into the professional game and playing against him and meeting him was obviously a dream come true. And obviously I was lucky enough to beat him a few times. But yeah, I'd probably say him.
Ok. Donc je lui ai demandé son joueur préféré. Ok. Did you say Samsonov or Krianga? Sorry.
Samsonov.
Samsonov, ok. Donc son joueur préféré c'est Samsonov. Et c'était un peu un rêve quand il a joué contre lui en pro quoi. Alright, thank you really much, Liam. It was really cool. Now we're just gonna do the question and answer with the live chat. So I will see if there is any question in French. I can do the translation. Do you see the live chat on your mobile?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't understand any French. So.
Yeah, I know. But I think I saw one or two English comments.
Yeah. How are
Uh,
you?
for
I'm
example,
fine.
yeah,
I'm
Diamond Gamer is asking, Liam, are you recovering well from your injury?
Yeah, it's going well so far. Obviously, I've seen a few specialists and I'm doing my rehab and yeah, hopefully I'll be back on the table soon.
Okay. Do you have a chirurgical operation needed?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I might need an injection, but we're taking it step by step. We'll see if, obviously before Olympics, if it's needed, I'll do it. But at the moment, no.
Okay. Okay, I will do the translation. Someone is asking. If you don't want to answer, I just really got it. In the Olympics, there are only two places for the single event. So of course, in France, Felix is gonna do it, but we have a question between Simon and Alexis. So,
Yeah.
what do you think? Who will participate?
It's
If you don't want to answer,
okay.
it's okay. We got it. Everyone got it.
No, like who I think and who probably should is,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay. Choose the question you want.
I mean, it's difficult. It's a difficult decision, obviously. Like they're both very good players. Simon, obviously, this last 6 months has played some really great table tennis. I think we've all seen that, and obviously Alexis has done as well. He's obviously beaten Fan Zhendong, and yeah, honestly, I don't know how they're going to choose. If they go off ranking, maybe that's the fairest way. I don't want to be the selectors, to be honest. At this
Okay.
point, yeah, I mean, I don't know who I can't really say who deserves it more. Simon's obviously the higher rank now, I think.
Yeah.
He's obviously played, yeah, very well recently, and maybe at this point, right now, maybe he's slightly edging it. I don't know.
Okay. We know. I mean, we last week, I guess, we made I made a live stream talking about this. Only this question. So we just we choose arguments
So
to.
who would you say?
Yeah. So we end with the choice of Simon. Because of many, it wasn't an emotional choice. It was really with facts.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so
I
we
think
end
that's
up
how
with
you got
Simon.
to choose it. To be honest, I think if you choose it on emotion, then obviously, like the other players probably not going to be happy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But again, I understand from the selectors' side. Obviously, some players are better against other players. Maybe they have more chance to do something. I don't know. But it's a tough one, really.
Yeah. So the selection will be announced on the 20th June. Yeah. So
Okay.
in 1 month. In 1 month.
Yeah.
And there are 4 people making the choice. So I mean they are in part of the federation.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think we agree to say that both are. I mean, it's gonna be a good choice, even if it's Simon or if it's Alexis.
Of course.
Ok, guys. Posez vos questions, les amis, c'est maintenant. En anglais, si c'est possible, comme ça, Liam il peut lire. Sinon, en français, je peux essayer de traduire. Okay, so I told you that I'm counting on you to beat the Chinese. You remember?
Yeah.
And you answer me 3 years ago, maybe. So
Yeah.
what changed?
That was just a tongue-in-cheek comment. No, I was obviously joking, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I do think if I get back to where I want to be, I obviously go on the table thinking I can beat them. we've seen them lose a hell of a lot recently, and the gap's getting closer. Obviously, I haven't really played many of them recently. I played Wang Chuqin last year in Frankfurt, and I was 1-0 up, and it was quite a close match. So obviously, I still believe I can do it. The comment was a bit tongue in cheek, but don't take it too seriously. But obviously, back in 2018, 2020, when I was beating Ma Long and Fu Xin, and I was a little bit younger then, and now it's a little bit not harder, but obviously I don't have as much time on my hand, not as much time anymore to sort of, I don't know how to word it really.
Do
don't
you,
know.
yeah.
Don't know.
Do you have the same motivation if you compare yourself from 3 years ago?
I think yes and no. I think since obviously the last couple of years, the seasons have been a bit crazy. Obviously leading up to Paris, and obviously with the new WTT systems and stuff like that, I did lose a little bit of motivation. It's been an up and down season. Obviously, last October I got to the final of the contender, and then from then it's sort of been again up and down. And I've had a few injuries, and with the calendar as it is, it's hard to peak all the time at every event, especially now. The traveling from Asia to Europe, back to Asia, back to Europe, it's not easy. And obviously, when I was younger, obviously I had more motivation. For me, it was just table tennis, and now it's obviously there's other things that happen in life, and but yeah, I do obviously still have the motivation to beat the Chinese. And I do believe I have the game to do it. Just I need to not probably more mentally that I need to get back to where I was. I think a few years ago I was very difficult to beat when I was on the table, whereas now, it's not so much that. So I need to get back, and I'm obviously doing the work to try to find it again.
All right. I think you see some question in the chat. Many are in English right now.
Yeah.
Do you see them?
Yeah. How hard is it to juggle between France WTT tour? Very hard. Especially now with the WTT calendar, it's very tough. People probably don't see how much traveling goes into it and where everyone is, and especially having to play league as well, which WTT obviously don't cater for too much. So I think between January and April, we probably sat on a plane for about 150 hours traveling to Asia, and then back to Europe to obviously play French league, and then back to Asia the next week for a tournament.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think between January and April, I was probably at home for about 3 days in total. So it's tough. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's what we do and it's our job, but at times it's a lonely sport. I think a lot of the time, it's not as fun as it seems. But yeah, it's at the moment that's how it is. I think back when it was ITTF, the tournaments were more. They were more in a block. You had an Asian block. You were there for 3 weeks, 3 events, and then you had a block in Middle East where I think that would be a better way to do things, to be honest. But at the moment, it's a bit all over the place. 1 week. I think next week, obviously before the Champions in China, there's people playing events in Rio. You've got a 25-hour flight to China to play the Champions. It's a bit all over the place, but yeah, it's not easy. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, just go on. Choose your question. I think you answer already to Diamond Gamma about your injury.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you can
Already.
skip it.
What do I think are the strongest and weakest parts of my game? Yeah, I mean, I think probably the strongest part was, you know, the variety in my game, especially my backhand. A lot of players feedback or tell me that they can't really see where it's going and where I'm playing the ball. So I'd probably say that. The weakest part is probably my serve return. Um, Definitely need to get that back up to where I want it to be. I think especially nowadays, less spinning the ball and the different balls and stuff is an important part of the game. So yeah, probably those two things.
All right. Do you think? Okay. I have to take my time because I don't know how to say it in English, but I want to bounce on your answer. Um, okay. When I was talking with international coaches, they told me professional players they during a match they prefer to lose in the strongest in their strongest part of the game. So, for example, if they have a good forehand, they don't mind if they lose using the forehand, right? And so maybe they won't change the part of the game during the match. I don't know if you can. It's really hard for me to explain this in English. Okay, you say that you good. I mean, the variety of your backhand is one of your
Yeah.
positive part of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, when you play against a strong backhand player, if you're gonna lose points in the backhand, I mean, are you going still losing the points from backhand to backhand, or maybe you try to go in the forehand or use more your forehand?
Um, I wouldn't like to lose backhand to backhand with anybody, but yeah, I think it depends how you're feeling. If you're definitely not winning any points there, then it's probably best to change it up. I would say, and I would probably do that. I'd rather win a point. However it happens, I don't care if I'm playing a backhand or a forehand. I just do whatever to win the point, really.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, it was really hard for me. You have question again?
Are you already thinking about your future after your career as a professional player? Yeah, I think once yeah, I mean a little bit. Not really too much at the moment. I think it's obviously hopefully I've got a few more years left, but we'll see. If things don't go, if I don't reach the goals I set and things like that, maybe I'll go down a different route. But at the moment, you know, I've got clear goals what I'm trying to get to, and yeah, I want to reach them. But I think obviously it's in the back of your mind. It has to be. It's a career doesn't last forever. So yeah, I think you always need to have some kind of thought about it, especially when you get to a certain age. But yeah, at the moment I don't really know what I would do after.
You have no
Yeah,
idea.
I mean, obviously I could go into coaching, but I don't know if I would enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would have to see. Um, I think I could do a good job, but would it fulfill me? I don't know. So yeah, at the moment I definitely need to think about it. But yeah, maybe hopefully have some other avenues that I could go down that I would like to go down and that would bring me happiness. After my career ends, I would prefer that than just to have to go into coaching because I don't have any other kind of choice, if that makes sense.
All right. Do you see the question? Yeah, I think maybe you have a little time lapse.
How would you explain that there are no young English players performing? What about? Yeah, that's a good question. To be honest, it's been I just don't think for the last, obviously since me, Paul, then Sam, and now Tom, since it's been sort of 10 years where the structure and the setup of table tennis in England has just not been there, not been very good. But now they're starting to, they brought in a lot of new people. Pretty much most of the setup is new, which is bringing more life into it. Now we've just got a new national centre, which I think will help develop the young ones. That's what we had when we were growing up in Sheffield, and I think that's what they need. They need to be there on a daily basis. They need to be around professional sort of coaches, and not just that, just be in a professional training environment, and learn how to, get better and how to win, and probably be in the same hall as us. They can see how we train and stuff like that. That's what I had when I was young, in the England setup. So I do think it is positive, but obviously it's for the next me and Paul. It's probably going to take, probably I want to say 10 years, but hopefully sooner than that. But yeah, I just hope it happens, because at the moment, when me and Paul do retire, it's not looking overly positive. But hopefully there's one or two shining lights in there that can improve rapidly.
Yeah. Someone is asking. I don't know if you already answered this question. You answered this question offline with me, but maybe you have to do it online now with the people. Will you play? Will you play for Handball next season?
Right now, not, but it's still not fixed. Maybe I'll play some matches. We'll see. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But right now, not.
All right. Are the structures? You mean centers? Are the centers for young table tennis player in England?
The structure, they're coming into place now. I think, obviously, like I said, they've revamped the whole system. There's a lot of new people in that are, they've been out to, obviously been around, seeing how they do it in France, with the centres in Germany. And the problem in England is we don't really have a club system.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's sort of gone down a lot, especially since when I started. So the kids don't necessarily have that much structure in their club practice. But now, hopefully, obviously, like I said, we got the centre. Hopefully, the younger players can be there more often and have that development there, and hopefully they'll improve quickly, like I said, and because we need it. Definitely.
Yeah, I know we are lucky in France because we have many centers.
Yeah.
Club are everywhere. We are we do have a table tennis secret really developed.
Yeah.
I have a question from Mikey Mike. Do you see it?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
My contract actually ends at the end of this year. So yeah, I'll start to negotiate or speak to them if I'm continuing or not, if they want to keep me or not. But yeah, most of the time, yeah, a lot of proposals, because I don't know why, but I think the UK is quite a big market for the suppliers. So me and Paul tend to do okay from that.
All right. Does he likes Brittany? What do you mean, Giko? Who is Brittany? I don't understand.
The region in France, or
Maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Yes. The Edinburgh region.
Do I like it? Yeah, it's a nice place. I mean, Henbon's obviously very small, but
Yeah, really small.
but yeah, I mean, I like France. I've not been to that many parts. Obviously, when I'm there, I just see the training hall and the room, really. But it's nice.
Come drink a beer with me in Paris, man. It's on me.
In Paris. Okay, it's on you, Anna.
Maybe you can. We have some national center that is called INSEP. I think you heard about it.
Yeah.
It's really good. Maybe you can try to train there if you're in France. I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. Obviously, when I played in Nenbon before with Content, you were there sometimes. So.
Okay. Next question is in French. Maybe we do 1 and 2 questions, then we good. What do you think about the 2 players limitation in the single in Olympics?
I think it's probably a good thing for most countries. Bar one, probably. Yeah, I mean, obviously it gives hope to every other player that they can win an Olympic medal, and it's probably what most players have dreamed of since they were kids. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. Maybe it's not as fair. Obviously, then it's more difficult to win the World Championships than the Olympics, but it's. I think for players, it's probably a good thing, because everyone then goes there thinking, there is an outside chance now.
Yeah. Obviously, the Chinese championship. I mean, Chinese championships is harder to win than the Olympics game.
Yeah.
That's insane. Have you been to China many times? Like you said sometimes, but did you train there?
Yeah. Yeah. Since I was like 13, 14, yeah. Okay. Been there a lot. Yeah.
Where? Which city?
I can't name them all. I've been everywhere. Shanghai, Beijing, Nanjing, Shenzhen.
Okay.
Yeah, everywhere. I don't know. Too many to name.
Nice.
Hebei.
Nice. Where does this backhand come from? Have any coaches ever told you to change it? I don't know.
Yes. Where did it come from? I'm not sure. When I started playing, I just kind of didn't really have a coach. I just kind of played. I think probably came from the tennis background. Quite a long stroke on my backhand, more like a tennis swing, and I just rolled with it from there. I think a lot of coaches when I was young probably I wouldn't say tried to coach it out on me, but weren't sure that it was going to work and that kind of thing. But I think once, especially when I got into the national team, we had a Chinese coach at the time, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't too sure about me at the start with my technique and stuff. I wasn't very typical Chinese, sort of like Paul's style. It was a little bit more freestyle, but yeah, I think I just went with it, and it turned out it was quite effective, and I think that's where we struggle a lot in England. You know, if the younger players have something different, it tends to get coached out of them because they say, "Oh, it's not the right way to play." But for me, you know, if you're winning points and you're winning matches, that's more important than how your technique looks or how, you know, nobody's going to have a perfect technique. So I think it's happened a lot in England where that's happened to the younger players. Fortunately, it didn't happen to me, but I think, you know, you just got to let people go with their style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if we look into you, into Paul Drinkle, into Samuel Walker, into Tom Jarvis, I think English players are really quite solid technically. If we compare, for example, to the Indian player or some, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we all had a good base.
Yeah.
A lot of Paul especially grew up with a lot of Chinese influence. They spent a lot more time than me in China when they were young, and he plays more that style than the rest of us. But I think we had like I said, when we were growing up, the system in place was actually very good.
Yeah. That's cool. All right, I think we're gonna end this.
Yeah.
Okay, last question is about the championship. I will answer in French. B2O, ta question sur le championnat le plus dur en Europe, je lui ai posé la question. Il a dit que le championnat de pro a été très très dur cette année, notamment avec Sergi et Lee Jong-un. Mais que du coup, il pense qu'il y a 2 équipes allemandes qui sont plus fortes, c'est Düsseldorf et Saarbrücken, et qu'après les clubs français peuvent battre les autres clubs allemands, donc sensiblement pareil quoi. Okay, last question from Mikey Mike. If you could pick one skill from any other top player, what would that be?
I would take Wang Lichin's forehand, I think. Okay, he's not playing anymore.
Yeah, but that's a good choice.
He was smooth forehand.
Yeah,
I'd say that. Yeah.
Wang Licking forehand.
Yeah, I think he was I'd go with that.
Okay. Le coup droit de Wang Licking. Nice one. All right, Liam, thank you very, very much, man, for answering all these questions. It was really cool. I really hope you enjoyed the moment. I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know there are some tricky questions, but it's interesting.
Good.
It's interesting.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Ok les gars, on va dire au revoir à Liam.
Thank you.
On va s'arrêter là. Thank you, Liam. Merci. Do you know how to say you're welcome in French?
Not sure. I'm not.
We say de rien. You know, we say merci de rien.
Yeah.
So, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. All right, boys. Don't hesitate to follow Liam on Instagram. So you have the Instagram link on the live, boys. You have my channel as well. Come on. We talk about table tennis. Everything about table tennis in French, but sometimes in English. I try, but I know I have a French community, so I say it again, but French people don't speak English at all.
Any people don't speak any language.
but you don't have to. You speak English. All right. Of course, the rediffusion will be on YouTube, boys. On mettra la rediff sur YouTube pour ceux qui ont loupé le live. Bonne soirée à tous. Merci d'avoir suivi. Pour ceux qui étaient là, j'apprécie beaucoup. Merci pour vos questions en anglais. Merci. Bonne soirée à tous. Je reprends les lives la semaine prochaine tranquillement. On fera des nouvelles choses. Il y a peut-être un quiz qui sera préparé et je vous annoncerai les prochains invités la semaine prochaine. Bonne soirée à tous. Good evening everyone. Liam, thank you again. Bye bye.
Thank you. Au revoir.